Hey, I'm Dallas, owner of LowerGear Outdoors. We're an outdoor gear shop here in Tempe, Arizona. Today we want to talk a little bit about the new Old Town PDL 120 Pro. Just came out this spring. We're recording this in May of 25. And so I have the new Pro version and one of the original PDL 120s. We'll highlight a few of the differences. But starting from the bow backwards, we'll take a look at a couple different things. What they've added on the Pro version, they made it a little bit more, quite a bit more motor friendly. So they have the industry standard 4-hole pattern here that you can utilize for any kind of bow mounted motor. They have a quick release product here, so this will bolt right on to that. We have that new Tarova Minn Kota motor as well with GPS lock and some really nice features, so that will fit nicely on that. They've added a pass-through port on each of these. If you flip it on the other side, you can see where it's sort of pre-drilled and you'll be able to run your wiring to it. This is sort of a rubbery type material. It should be pretty well waterproof. They've changed the handle so that they've now added some gear tracks on it. This used to be something available through some third parties, so they've incorporated some of these third-party modifications to it. They have added, they're certainly improved this hatch some. So this has a lot more space than the original one did, and so it's a little bit more functional. There's a flatter area down here in the bottom for at least smaller batteries to run your electronics. They've added a neat little thing here, and just as a reminder on all these, you should have a spare prop, and so that will fit nicely right in here, and it's protected with these bungees to hold that in place. This is also new, so you'll see these horizontal tubes are for placement of rods. So they've incorporated, generally you could say they've incorporated some things from the Hobie Pro Angler and a little bit from the native tight necks, put their own spin on it to make it the PDL Pro. The drive is the same as the original one. You've also got the pass-through ports here. So this is the same hull design for the EPDL. So it's got the same hull. That's what this would be used for. This is going to be for your transducer line coming out of the hole down into here where you have all your excess wiring, cabling. Coming back in, they have expanded considerably the cockpit room. That was always sort of one of the complaints. All the Old Towns are very, very stable. They are a little bit heavier, but they had really fat walls here. So that cut back on the cockpit space, and now that is much more like the Pro Anglers. So if you take a look at the difference in the interior space, you can see that this is a lot narrower than this one. They've added pass-through ports here on the left and right sides. This is much more open. This is the same as on the PDL. They've greatly expanded the length of the gear tracks. They've added this plate right here. This allows access to the up and down rudder controls, which they've also improved. This used to be a rotation motion here to raise and lower it, and now it's this way, raise and lower that way, and that is actually easier while you're sitting here. The seat is different. The basic construction of it is similar to the original, but now it's on these tracks here. So it's a little bit easier to slide back and forth. And they've greatly expanded the amount of space underneath here. So there's room for most size batteries right in here. Worst case, you could probably put one on its side, but they also have a designated spot back here in the back. You still have the 3 molded in rod holders. That's the same as what's on that one. They have changed the angle on one of them, I believe. Likewise, the rear tank well. So if you compare this one to the original PDL, there's more usable surface area here. And they've added a couple of pad eyes here that you could secure a battery box or a battery platform. And they have also added a small hatch here, not so much for storage, but it does allow you to get in there and access the steering lines. And then in the back, they have also here, just to mention, this is a sort of high demand item. We used to do a lot of aftermarket installations of gear tracks back here on the back on some of the PDLs. So now you never have to do that because you've got about at least 5 feet of it back here. They've added for either a power pole or for a stern mounted motor. Now you will need some kind of mount that comes out, and then out that way there's a couple third-party manufacturers that make it if you did want to use a stern mounted motor. And then you have the other pass-through port here to get the cabling for a clean install down inside. You could also, you can go either way. You could add a motor and a power pole. All in all, this one is running about $600 more, $600 or $700 more than the original PDL. It's got some really nice features to it. We've got them in stock now, so if we can ever help you out with this or any other kayak needs, any custom installations, anything like that, just give us a call or check us out online at LowerGear.com.